the king of the birds. Egale the Eagle had to go on a very long journey. His return was uncertain, so the community elders suggested that he nominate another who will be the king as he goes away. King Egale was a just leader and has led his community so well that there was peace and friendship among the birds.
I can see that my subjects are happy, all going about with their lives. This is due to my leadership skills. I remember when I started my reign, the crow snatched unsuspecting chicks, but all that has stopped. I must choose sensibly someone who can carry on the good work.
Thinking loudly, King now faced the problem of choosing who his successor would be. There were many birds in the jungle to choose from.
You can choose any of your sons to be the next king.
You are right, my friend, but none of my sons have shown no interest in becoming the king of the jungle birds.
King Egale the Eagle said, feeling disappointed.
You, Mr. Olin the Ostrich, will you be the next king when I'm away? You are big and have long legs and is the fastest of us all.
Asked King Egale the Eagle anxiously.
No, your majesty, I cannot be the king, but I have plan. In the heart of the forest, 3 stolen golden duck eggs were stolen. These eggs were stolen from Mrs. Daisy the duck while she was out to swim in the pond nearby.
The water was clean and warm and had fresh water plants that she could nibble. She met other ducks and enjoyed the company, so she forgot about her golden eggs. She stayed until the pond was empty, then she headed to her nest. There were no eggs in the nest. She cried and begged the community to help her find the golden eggs. The matter was reported to the Eagle King. He called a community meeting to help find the golden eggs, but there was no luck. Mrs. Daisy the duck was consoled by the king and everything went back to normal. Meanwhile, the largest python had had an eye on the eggs and was planning how he could steal them. Then one afternoon, as he passed the duck's nest, he saw that Mrs. Daisy the duck was not there, so Mr. Python had the chance to steal the precious golden egg. He kept them in a well-decorated basket and kept them in his bedroom. He admired the brightness the eggs glowed.
I'm now the owner of these beautiful gems. No one knows I've got them.
He will say and will kiss them and smile every day. Every time he left his den, he will lock the door and make sure that the den is securely protected from others.
Your majesty, make an announcement for others to find the missing golden duck eggs. The reward will be to install the founder, the next jungle king of birds.
That sounds good.
The following day, the king made an announcement urging all individuals to get involved in the search. Meanwhile, Mr. Roby the Raven is the most detective in the jungle. He observes and knows whatever was happening in the community, but did not know how the golden eggs got stolen. However, though, he has observed the python's strange behavior, barely coming out, and wonders he will scan the own area before going. Many took part in the search, but the raven had his suspicions. Mr. Roby the Raven found himself a tall tree near Mr. Python's den. He built his nest and stocked it with food and made sure that he never left it. He then watched Mr. Python's movements. One day, when Mr. Python had left the den in search of food, the raven went to the den, but he could not enter because it was securely locked. He went back to his nest and devised a plan. He was going to dig a hole from the roof of the python's den. Unknowingly to the python, the raven dug a hole big enough to get himself in and out of the den. The following day, when the python was out, Raven went into the den with a basket tied around his waist. He collected the eggs and carefully put them in the basket, but when he was about to fly out, the python crawled in.
I can smell a bird.
When he saw the raven, he charged with his fern, but the Mr. Roby the Raven swiftly circled in the den and the pythons was confused. Roby then pushed himself out and flew out. He went straight to the king's palace and presented him with the eggs. They were all secured with no scratches. The glittering golden eggs were returned to the owner, Mrs. Daisy the duck. The mummy duck clutched on the eyes and happy tear ran down her cheek. The raven was made the new king as King Eagle announced the date of his endless journey. Roby the Raven used his intelligence to outwit the dangerous python. Intelligent, observant, and bravery constitutes essential qualities of a leader, and all Roby had.